Welcome back to the DFS Sweatshop. I am your host, the DFS Jerusalem, and you can follow me on Twitter at DFS Jerusalem. Had a really great time last night. Got a chance to go into the sports swirl and really get it in with Kyle and George. We broke down tonight's 10-game slate, talked about some really great plays. They issued out their triple threat. Really great show. Look forward to us doing more videos and collaborations together. That's why you didn't see a traditional sweatshop video from me last night. I was out mixing it up with other guys doing the same thing we're trying to do, keeping DFS honest, not steering you off of plays. We're giving you our real takes in real time. That show was live, so that was a very good experience for me. But let's go ahead and jump into today's core four plays. Just to give you a quick background, if you're new to the channel, new to DFS in general, what I've established in my this is my fourth full season of playing NBA DFS. What I've established, I've got an 8-man roster in DraftKings, and half of my roster, I take four guys that I really like, that I know, you put a gun in my head, I really feel like these 4 guys will return at least 5 to 6x value. What I mean by that, if a player costs $3K, I think he's going to score 18 points for me. If a player costs $10K, he's going to score 60 points for me. And that's where I go. Now, once I establish my core of players, the 4 guys that are going to get that 6x value for me, I go to the industry, listen to all the podcasts, and I find 2 chalk plays that everybody else is going to be on. Once I've got those 2 guys, I've got 6 in my roster, I need 2 more. I look to the NBA. I look around coaches' decisions, injuries, suspensions, things of that nature, and I find 2 guys that are going to be more or less value plays. That's going to step into a starting role or heavier bench role, maybe increase minutes in some respects, and that is how I round out my 8-man roster. But let's go ahead and jump straight into the core 4. If you know me, if you're a fan of the show, if you're a family member, a subscriber in the DFS Sweatshop, you know how I feel about Kemba at home. Kemba in the beehive. The hoe's going to be there. His mom's going to be there. Kemba's going to be there, and he's going to ball out, okay? This is a high-energy, high-pace place to play. I live in South Carolina, so when I do want to go check out a basketball game, I go to Charlotte to check out the Hornets, and I've just seen this over the years, over Kemba's career. This dude balls out at the crib. So at 8.2K, going up against a subpar, kind of mediocre Atlanta defense against point guards, I really love Kemba Walker tomorrow. 8.2K, get him in your lineups. Now, and I'm just a little sidebar. Anytime I like Kemba that much at home, I automatically like 1 or 2 of his teammates. So it is a very stackable game down there in Charlotte against the Atlanta Hawks. Next guy we're going to get into is going to be Paul Gasol. This has a revenge narrative to it. Every time he plays the Lakers, he wrecks shop, he destroys them. When he was with the Bulls, he did it. He did it last time out when he was with the San Antonio Spurs, who he's with now. At 6.0K flat, I really like Paul Gasol going up against the LA Lakers. The next play is going to be Draymond Green. If you know me, if you're a fan of the show, you've been watching, you know anytime Boston plays, I attack that front court and try to get as many rebounders in there as I can. What better rebounder in a better spot in a high-pace, up-tempo, a lot of shots flying than Draymond Green. Draymond Green's at 8K flat. I love him today. I think it's going to be a very good play. He did have a slight injury concern the last time out. The ankle got tweaked during the game, but he came back in the game. They taped it up, and he was fine. So I do like Draymond Green against the Boston Celtics in Boston. Now, this is a 7-point differential in favor of Golden State. So I think Boston being at home, if Al Horford is back, the game may be a little closer, and we can see a full allotment of minutes from Draymond Green, a guy who already plays a lot with the second team. Now, the last guy on the list is going to be somebody who I know is going to go criminally under-owned, and I'm going to have him in all of my lineups starting out, and that's Paul George, man. I love Paul George tomorrow night. I think we finally get to see that big Paul George game, and his price has steadily moved down. He's at 7.9K. If you're going to roster him, you're looking at maybe a 48-point game. I think that is very doable against the team they're going up against tomorrow. So tonight, excuse me. So I really feel like Paul George is somebody you can get in your lineups, and he's going to give you a really solid ROI. return on your investment. So to go back over the core four, we are going to start in Charlotte with Kemba Walker. Then we're going to San Antonio, and we're going to scoop up your boy Paul Gasol. Then we're going to have Paul George in there, and we're going to round it out with Draymond Green. This has been your DFS Jerusalem, and of course you can follow me on Twitter at DFS Jerusalem. Thank you all, and remember, it's Friday night. Let's get this money, and you know what we're trying to do. We're trying to keep it 300.